All right, let's move on to the final game that we're going to be previewing on, was it Monday Night Football? We've got the 1-3 Las Vegas Raiders coming off of a much-needed win against the Denver Broncos, taking on the 3-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Puma, who you got winning this game, man?
As much as I love Waller, as much as I love the Raiders, the saying "fool me once, shame on me." Fool me twice, shame on you type of deal. Or maybe I got it inversed here. The Chiefs are a 7 point favorite. I kind of make this line a little bit more. The Raiders defense is not that great, despite what they did to Russell Wilson
Uh
and
huh.
Let's Die and the Broncos
That's rad.
and whatnot. But we've seen it over the years. Maybe it'll change because Tyreek Hill isn't here, but I'm not going to fade fade the Chiefs at this point. Right now at home against the Raiders. The Raiders have the back against the wall. Like they got to come out swinging. At this juncture of the game. But I mean, god damn, man, Mahomes is a freaking magician back there, and like we saw that on Sunday night. Against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, my problem with the Raiders, Jay, it's not even just like from fantasy, it's just from like a reality perspective. Like, you just traded draft picks and you signed Devontae Adams to this mega contract. You signed Darren Waller to this, mega contract that puts him in the upper echelon of tight end, the tight end market for, annual contract value and whatnot. Hunter Renfro's been out for the last 3 weeks with a concussion, and you're still you're either trying to force feed the ball to Devontae Adams, or you're not going to Devontae Adams or Darren Waller red zone, and Mac Hollins becomes your number one wide receiver. It's the most maddening thing I've seen from the Raiders here. I don't know what else to say here. Give me the Chiefs laying the 7 points. They might win by 14 at home, and I would not be surprised at all. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders fans that are going to be upset at me, like, I'm sorry, but I can't back the Las Vegas Raiders right now. And I'm saying that as a guy that has the Raiders to win, that's holding a Raiders to win the AFC West, betting ticket. So I can't back them right now.
Yeah, and I wish I was more analytical like you, Puma. I wish I didn't think with my heart because my head says pick the Chiefs, but I can't, man. I'm sorry. I hate the Chiefs so much. I can't stand Patrick Mahomes. Everything about him makes me cringe, man. His face, his stupid number, the way he talks. It's just like, oh, this curly hair, his wife, all of it. I just can't stand, man. And like, it's getting to a point where like, my hate for the Mannings. He's like starting to creep up in there with them as well. So with that being said, I'm taking the Raiders to win, baby. This is the only time I'm gonna be like, let's go Raiders, autumn win, here we come.
Oh,
Give
do
it.
you think there's hope? Do you think there's hope with Josh Jacobs kind of getting
I think
resurgent
so. I
here?
think so. I mean,
Okay.
I loved what I saw out of that running attack and Josh Jacob. I mean, what he had 2 touchdowns, 144 yards. Adams had a 100-yard game. I think I'm starting to see a little bit of life on that offense. It's starting to gel. And let's be real. I think it was a little unrealistic for us to expect Derek Carr and the Raiders and Devontae Adams to pick up week one with the new offense. I mean, that offense he's learning was Brady's old offense. It's very complicated. It's very intricate. Every single route has like 6 different options off of it. So it will take some time to gel. It will take some time. And I think that's where Waller's problem might be coming in. Like, it's hard for some of these players to pick up that old offense. I know there was a bunch of issues with new players that would come into that Patriots offense. They just weren't picking it up, and that will lead to their what do you call it, their bad play on the football field. So I think I'm seeing some light out of those guys. I think it's going to get better. I mean, this is a real test, if anything. And what I liked the most was Max Crosby. Obviously, Max Crosby had two sacks. But then Chandler Jones also put a bunch of pressure on Russell Wilson. Obviously, it didn't come out in the stats with sacks, but the pressures were there. He made him uncomfortable all night long, and I think Chandler Jones and Max Crosby are gonna get after Patrick Mahomes. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if somehow the Raiders win in
Hey,
Kansas City and then they start circling the stadium with the bus again.
if they win, I will be ecstatic and over the moon. But I gotta see it. I gotta see it. You win an Arrowhead again. I will get back into the buying the Raiders stock pool, but I gotta see it at this point.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think this is a critical game. If they do win this game, they're like what 2-3, and then they've got the Texans, The Saints, probably with Andy Dalton, maybe, depending on how Jameis looks.
Oh, it might be Taysom Hill.
The
You know what I mean?
The Jaguars, the Colts, who look bad, the Broncos again, who they just beat. I mean, there's some winnable games here in the next 4 or 5 weeks if they somehow get a 2-3. I would not be shocked if they beat the Chiefs and they go on a little bit of a run. And we're looking at maybe a 5-3 team or a 5-4 team in a few weeks.
I hope so. Again, I will be ecstatic and over the moon, not just for the Raiders and my AFC West ticket, but also for your sis as the Raiders fan.
Yeah, she's down and out right now. She was talking so much shit before the season. Haven't heard a peep out of her in a couple days, couple weeks.
Welfare check.